Hi, I'm Josh, the founder of the Accountability Group. And hi, I'm Josh, vigilantly battling in recovery the diseases of addiction and mental health. I have co-occurring disorders. You might be wondering what I have on either side of me. Those are some of the paintings that I do. It's a good way for me to kind of get out of my own head, and it's just a nice little distraction. And if you're wondering why Olaf is over there, I was working with some kids, showing them virtual reality and the opportunities that they could have and experience education. A lot of my stuff is pro-social, pro-environmental, and pro-educational. The pro-social is obviously the accountability group. Tag, you're it. The idea behind that is, a helping hand, reaching out, because part of our service work is giving away what has been given to us. And that's kind of one of the key facets or tenets of the two fellowships that I'm in. I know when I first came in, it was tough. I was a chronic relapser, and it was really difficult for me. I came out and told my family and friends that I was an addict when I was 20. Started going to rehabs, and basically what I did was I would stay dry, because I knew those 30, 60, 90-day rehabs during the summer were just opportunities for me to dry out. I'd go to detox, then I'd go to a rehab. They started off really bad, and then I had some successful startups, and I was able to go to some nicer ones later on. So there's a spectrum of taking shoelaces and belts and sleeping on really uncomfortable mats or really uncomfortable beds, to where I was then able to go to places like Karen or things like that. And that's the goal of the accountability group. We use the majority of our profits from our revenue to subsidize or give full scholarships to people in order to get them into 30-day rehab programs like Karen or Banyan or Hazelden, places where we know that they'll get some of the best treatment in the country. Additionally, we also help out with sober living, working on resumes, getting people employed, things of that nature. And then we also connect them to our networks. Right now I'm in the DC Mid-Atlantic area, so we have a lot of people that we try and help out in Southeast DC, in Northern Virginia, and in Baltimore. So that's been going well, and thanks to the people that donate to our GoFundMe, we were able to purchase over 120 big books that we were delivered to some homeless shelters in Southeast DC, and our next goal is to order 120 or more, depending on the donations that we get, of the 12 and 12. That way they have the opportunity to read that as well. And we just want to make sure that we can give as many resources as possible. We're starting out, with little capital right now. We're bootstrapping, so we're in the pre-seed round, and then hopefully we generate enough capital to move into a seed round. And that's kind of like the focus right now. But in general, I manage our YouTube channel, I manage our Tag Recovery Instagram channel, and I manage our Twitter platform with Tag Building Hope. So those are the main social outlets that I handle personally, and would love for people to join the comment section on the accountability group. And to also participate in Instagram, whether you leave comments or the pictures. A lot of our stuff is inspirational quotes like "Easy does it," or keep coming back and wait till the miracle happens. We have a lot of those things. One drink is not enough, and one drink is too many, and 1,000 is not enough. You can't turn pickle back into a cucumber. All of the sayings that you've probably heard if you've been around for a while. And this is just kind of me as the founder talking to you, just trying to be as open, honest, and expressive as possible. Our sponsorship store, if you look at the prices, the reason that they're set up that way is that we can cover the cost of having the inventory, and then 75% of the profits go towards our scholarship funds in order to get people into all the different things that I listed earlier, so that people can get help, because there are millions of us that are struggling with diseases of addiction and mental health. And I personally have co-occurring disorders. My mental health has so many different acronyms. I mean, it is ridiculous. Like, yeah, it is the Campbell soup, alphabet soup of acronyms for my mental health issues. So one hand kind of washes the other, and I have to be careful when there are red flags. I have a sponsor who knows he's my sponsor, and I have a grant sponsor, and both of them give me homework. We worked through the 12 steps, and we've done it the umpteenth time. So started again, and now we're on step 2. My sponsor's on step 3, and my grant sponsor is on step 4, and we kind of like keep moving like that over the course of 2 weeks at most, to kind of work through the 12 steps, and then we keep doing it again. And even though people say 90 and 90, we do understand that that's valuable, but what are you going to do on the 91st day? So right now, I just focus on the here and now, and it's one of the things that I'm most grateful for, that when I put my feet on the ground in the morning, I'm sober. Like, I'm not going through withdrawals. I'm not waking up to fluorescent lights connected to a whole bunch of tubes, finding myself blowing like a 0.52 and I should be dead, because anything over 0.3 is, potentially like a death. I've blown some crazy numbers because my first love is alcohol. But I also have other things that, other substances that I was, let's just say, popping them like Skittles. Not really proud of that. But yeah, so in terms of my strength, I really love being in the fellowship. I have a service position as the men's liaison in my home group. So I get a lot of people connected. Whenever I see somebody who I've never seen at the meeting before, I immediately go over to them, get their number, and try and get them plugged in with other people's numbers. That way they can get texts and calls and figure out where other meetings might be. They don't necessarily need to come to the same clubhouse. There might be other meetings that they want to see, because your first meeting might not be very good. You might not like it. So try other meetings, maybe at different times or at different clubhouses, and just kind of find where, there's a group of people where you can kind of relate to, because this program is all about comparing in. When I was 20, I was comparing out, and I was just like, I'm not like that person, I'm not like that person. And my ego was so big, and I was just, excuse my language, I was just an asshole. Like, I hated the therapist, I hated the psychiatrist. I didn't want to hear any of the stuff anybody had to say. I was like, listen, I'm just trying to get through these 30 days, and then I'm going back to school, and I'm gonna do school. And basically my life was surrounded by, okay, how long do I need to be in detox for, or at the hospital for, so that I can be ready for classes? And then how long is my rehab gonna be during the summer before I start fall classes? Because I had no interest in college of like staying sober. So when I go to these meetings now and I see these like young people coming, it's just really inspirational, because there are a lot of younger people, like YPG, Young People's Group, who participate in these various fellowships. So I love seeing that. It's inspirational, because there was no way that I was gonna stay sober in college. I went to college with the mentality of Animal House. I wanted it to be wild. So definitely joined a fraternity that allowed me to do that. And since I have chronic insomnia, there was always somebody up where we could, participate in something that was not healthy for my body. That being said, I gained so much from joining these fellowships. I've lost friends because, I was no longer, partaking or partying in the fashion that, they were used to. And I gained a ton of friends who I never would have met had I not gone to these meetings. So this is really just more of like me having a genuine conversation with you, and that's where I found my strength. My hope for everyone really is just to participate in the accountability group. So if it's here at YouTube, leave comments in the comment section. If you're new and you're going through post-acute withdrawal, just kind of ask questions, and then you'll get responses. from any of the people that are watching. You'll definitely get a response from me if you comment, because I watch that every day and I get alerts on my phone. Additionally, again, on Twitter, you can find us at tag building hope, and I will, you can DM me, or if you post a tweet and you at me, then I will respond accordingly. Additionally, it's the same thing on Instagram, tag recovery. If you are struggling or having a tough time, you can private message me there at tag recovery, or you can ask a question or comment or like one of the posts. I'd love for you to subscribe to all of our channels and participate, because we all need to keep each other accountable. That's why I said my hope for you is that we give away what was given to us, and that's the way that we stay sober. It is a we program in these fellowships that I participate in. It's not an I program. We help each other. My hope for you is that you can stay safe, that you stay strong, and that you stay sober. Thanks for letting me share, and you have a good day.